is a story.
Hi everyone, welcome to your February Alchemy Scope. You are indeed transmuting from lead to gold. Your energy is refining, your stories are refining. Let's take a look at, as we look at this beautiful rainy day, let's take a look at the Sabian Symbol imbued at the new moon point happening this month on the 27th of January, Friday, at 4:06 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This new moon point is the point that the alchemy scopes follow. So let's look, what is the Sabian symbol that's living at the 8-degree 15-minute point in the zodiac wheel. This is a flag is seen turning into an eagle. That's the symbology. Dane Rudyard's keynote is the dynamic incorporation of new social values in individuals who exemplify the spiritual potential and greatest significance of these values. He goes on to explain, to see the new archetype, to perceive the new standard of value with one's mind is not enough. The seer must become the doer. The impersonal is dynamized and brought into focus. We have here the acting out of the vision. Everyone, what this is talking about is the ideal becoming real, the archetype in the mind becoming the actuality in physical 3D reality. That is the symbology imbued. It means that the month ahead is going to be living in the energy of bringing the new form of individual, bringing the new form of society to a new level. Now, we also are moving into a new Chinese year, and this is the year of the rooster, okay? Now, I'm reading here from my archetypal profile definitions for the rooster. So when you imagine a rooster and you imagine the quality sets of the rooster, you can imagine energy, a vocal nature, a being who is efficient and who is assertive. So if you are a rooster, so if your Chinese zodiac sign is a rooster, you would have the embedded quality sets, the encoded qualities of efficiency. Somebody who is methodical and resilient and resourceful. You would naturally be, at your basis, a resourceful strategist. Roosters are dominant and highly communicative by nature. The archetype is inherently intense, outspoken, honest, outgoing, and industrious. Now, it's important for us to understand that this year of the rooster is going to imbue these qualities. So we're going from the year of the monkey into the year of the rooster. So there is going to be an intensity, there's going to be an outspoken nature, a verbal nature, and an assertive nature, a dominant nature that's coming forward. And I think that's happening at all levels, within the individual and within the societal whole, within humanity. So let's move on now to the individual readings and see what is activated for you this month. Cancer, welcome to your February alchemic journey. What is unfolding for you this month for the Aquarian new moon cycle, February 2017? So you can see here the circle and the square. This is referring to the bifurcation that I discussed in the January Alchemy Scope. So if you need information on that, you can tune back there. Basically, it's two branches of the narrative that's now occurring. It's what I sense. It's what I've been sensing since early in 2016. So meditate, please, on either circle or square. What is it that resonates most with you? That is your selection. That's what you are to choose. And that is going to speak to your branch of the Cancer path, the evolutionary story. Okay, and in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and select a Carolyn Mace archetype card for each. So I'm going to let you meditate and select. Cancer circles. Okay, so let's take a quick look at those, and then we'll talk, and then we'll do the reveal. Okay, so Damsel and Don Juan. Interesting combination here. So Damsel and Don Juan are the growth edges for the square and the circle. We're going to talk about that after we talk about your spreads. So I'm going to do the reveal. If you need more time, you can go ahead and put this video on pause. Okay, so let's go ahead and lift it. Now, Cancer, the yellow bordered cards are the Brawl to Lay. The white bordered cards for the circle path are my Siri deck. Here in the center of each is the Druidcraft Tarot. And so let's talk about square first. So first of all, the Eight of Cups is coming up reversed. I will say you circle and square both have cups cards reversed. And you're going to see that it's a similar narrative, but it's different. It's nuanced differently. Okay. So for the squares here, the Eight of Cups reversed is coming up with regards to people. So emotionally, the cups cards are emotions. Emotionally, it might be that you want to walk away from a situation, but the time has not come yet to walk away. It also could mean that there's a fear of intimacy. And I get that's probably what's going on here because the fear card is coming up. So for the Cancer squares, the narrative of your growth this month is about an inability to walk away or a fear of intimacy with people. So it's about relationships, okay? Now, if we go to your mind, in fact, let's go to the mind first. You're thinking about contrast, arguments, disagreements, different mindsets with people. So the contrast of your relationships with people. And that's bringing up, the experience of relationships being an enemy, people being enemies. And it's bringing up serious doubt around relationships in general. And that's causing that Eight of Cups reversed. A fear of intimacy. And indeed, fear is coming up in the spiritual sector for the Cancer squares. So we have direction, weak, new fear. So I think what's happening, dear Cancers, is that spiritually, on a very deep, profound level, a lot of you are going through a process of really analyzing what path, what direction you want to take, and that you feel that it's weak. This is with regards to people, with regards to relationships. And there's a new fear, or there's a fear of new relationships, or there's a new fear that's emerging this month with regards to people are enemies. Keep in mind, there is so much going on, certainly within the U.S. now and globally. It's been going on globally. It's been emerging globally. There's so much going on that is to be honored. There's a lot of dissonance at play. There's dynamics at play that are very intense. So indeed, a lot of people might feel like enemies right now, okay? Now, emotionally, There's a powerful set of emotions. It might be a lot of feelings coming up, positive feelings, playful feelings, and that you want alignment. This is about your pure intentions. So your emotions this month are like your pure intentions are play and positivity with regards to powerful dynamics in relationships. So you're wanting that. But again, your thoughts are going to be a little bit focused on the contrast that's playing out with your relational dynamics this month. Now, if we go over to the circles, the Three of Cups is coming up, reversed circles. And the Three of Cups upright is about relationship, friends, celebration. When it's reversed, the Three of Cups is talking about a couple different things. One is it can be talking about overdoing it with regards to socializing, with regards to celebration, but I don't think that that's what's playing out for you. I think the Three of Cups reversed for the circles this month has to do specifically with looking to people to fill an emptiness. So you're looking outside of yourself to fill holes and to fill wounds and to fill the need to be loved, when that's really not what's calling. The circles are wanting to improve the lack of celebration with friendship. They're wanting to improve it. But again, you want to look within yourself to fill the hole. Relationships are there almost as a side note. Now, with the circles, there's a level of abundance here. Now, this certainly could talk about money, but in this particular case, this is coming up in the spiritual sector, and we know that something's coming up about improving celebration for you. It probably has to do with people, relationships, the same as it is for the squares. But for you, instead of the fear story playing out for the squares, there is an experience, a deep, profound spiritual experience that you're able to access some abundant flow, some narrative within your soul story that is all about abundance. It's oriented toward abundance, okay? And here there's almost an inquiry. So what I get for you is that you're thinking about giving of yourself more, relating more, being more available to the dynamics of relationships. And here the Ask card is coming up in the foundation sector, which is talking about a curiosity. So there's a deep inquiry and curiosity and probably a following your nose with regards to how you can give more, how you can maybe be more celebratory, come from the position of giving more of yourself to friendships, offer more of yourself. This is talking about you need them to fill you. But when it's upright, it's about participating in it. Everybody is a participant in the friendship, in the relationships. So again, and I'm going to put this reverse because that's how it was. So for you, there is an inquiry for the circles, an inquiry about how you can give more. How can you participate more to have more joy in friendships, to have more celebration in friendships? And indeed, collaboration is coming up, Cancers. So just like the people card came up for the squares, the collaboration card is coming up for the Cancer circles. And collaboration in place. So emotionally, you're going to be feeling like, you know what? Maybe there is an organization, a volunteer group, something, some local group, a local network where I can collaborate with others. It's a place, it's a location, it's an organization or a group, maybe via Nextdoor, nextdoor.com. Maybe you find a wonderful collaborative group, and that is what you're curious about this month. So you're starting to maybe reorient yourself, like, how can I switch from people feeding me and how can I feed? How can I give? Okay? Now, if we look at the growth edges, so we have damsel for the squares, okay? And damsel is asking you to evolve and grow out of a wanting for a knight to provide for you and a seduction by romantic illusion. So it's wanting that to be evolved out of. And what's wanting to be matured is the understanding the nature of healthy romance. And it inspires you to rely on yourself. Now, it's interesting, isn't it? Because this is talking about people and relationships. This is specifically talking about the love story that we hold. So this is like the romantic narrative that you carry. And this is talking about not relying on the other to fill you up. It's very much like the Three of Cups reversed here that we talked about. And again, we have Damsel and Don Juan, which is no mistake. So we'll talk about Don Juan in a minute. For the squares, it is about up-leveling your relationship to the love story, to the romance story, to how you view and have a relationship with the romantic partner, and understanding the nature of healthy romance and relying upon yourself. Here, Don Juan is coming up for the growth edge, for the circles. And Don Juan is saying move out of using the power, again, of romantic attraction for private agendas. Okay? So move out of, evolve from using power of romantic attraction for private agendas. What wants to be moved toward is spotlighting the positive seductive qualities. Now, again, in both of these, we're talking about collaboration and we're talking about people, right? But in both growth edges for the squares and the circles, this is talking about romance. It's talking about how you relate in a love relationship. Now, could that have to do with friendships as well? Absolutely. Absolutely it could. So drink that in, Cancers. It's very, it's a potent month for everybody. And I will tell you too that relationships as a topic is coming up for a lot of signs this month. So this is a very common growth edge for a lot of people this month. Okay. Now, just as I do every month, I've also pulled your I Ching narrative, and I've also pulled your Dakini embodiment. So who to embody to really ride the wave of this month optimally. But they are loaded on my website. So if you'd like to dive deeper, you're welcome to go there. You can go to thealchemyofholism.com/library. And you can also learn about ordering your 2017 Evolutionary Story personalized video from me there as well. Okay. So everybody, I wish you a really powerful, rich, expansive month ahead, and I'll talk to you again next month. Bye.